I am Hyacinth Anyanwu. I'm recording this video with the help of my best friend in Sweden, Roger.
When were you born, Hyacinth?
I was born in the year 1936
Where?
in April. I was born in Ihite town, and Ihite town was in Ihite in the former eastern Nigeria, now Imo State of Nigeria.
How long have you lived in Sweden?
Oh, I have been living in Sweden since 1980. I'm a Swedish
Citizen.
citizen.
Okay, you have a story to tell us today.
Yes, I have to tell you a little bit of my own passion in life,
Your history, so to speak.
a little bit of my history. Um, I'll start from my mother, who so loved me, and I call her my captain because she brought me into this world with love, compassion, and cares for me in everything. And
You and your siblings, that is.
and I have two younger brothers and one sister. And my youngest brother, Joseph, is now a lecturer in the university in Australia. Got so many degrees, I don't know. And the next brother is a chartered accountant.
But they were much younger than you.
Yes, much younger, and people think that they are my children because they grew with me. They grew up with me.
You have a story to tell us today about your father.
Yes, my father was such a gentleman who was just running about. He cared for us, but I could not understand it. However, I when because I love my mother so much. At a time when at the year 1952 or so, my mother started crying. And I asked my mother, why do you cry? And she said that my father beats her and molests her. And I was worried because my mother should not have to suffer that. Anyway, and my mother taught me in every good thing I have. And when I was asking so much about the world where we live, my mother would tell me, my son, go and ask God because he knows everything. Aha, where is God? Sometimes I ask. However, one day during our holidays, my father wanted me to go to her boyfriend, his boyfriend, his girlfriend, and help them. This time I was about 14, 15 years old. But my mother has told me that we must obey Papa all the time. So I agreed to go and help my father's girlfriend. It's a distance. At least it takes about walking to that place because there's no other means of transportation than to walk. It took me around 1 or 2 hours to walk. Then I went there, I did help them, And in the evening, my father came and asked me to sleep overnight. Aha! I went to and went in the room and started. My spirit told me, Hyacinth, do you want to follow them to destroy your mother? Aha! Then I changed my mind, dressed up, came out, and told my father boldly, without any fear, Papa, I am not sleeping here. I must go home now. I was already dressed up and I went.
And your father was about to go to your village, where your mother lived, to kill her, or?
No, not to kill her, but he just wanted me to stay overnight with her, with his boyfriend, with his girlfriend, which I dare not do, because he should. My mother is his lawful wife. I know that it is not right for him to go about other women when my mother is there. So I had to defend my mother. So I went out in darkness to go back home. I ran. And then suddenly I looked at my back. There was my father running after me with a big knife to kill me. Then I saw danger. And when I saw it, I doubled my step of walking. And then on the way, I found a big tree. And I was a small man, little boy. So I ran around the tree and did hide myself. And my father ran across after me. And I got myself. When I had to go to another village, a family that was living there, and told them the story, and they decided to keep me for the night. So in the morning, the head of the family called the councillors and the chiefs. They rallied around and they told them what happened, that my father was about to kill me. So the whole people took me to the chief of my family, of my village, not to my parents, so the chief. And when they went to the chief, they told the chief what happened, and then warned that if anything happens to me or my mother, there will be a war between the two villages. And that was a serious warning. And immediately, the chief of my village called an emergency meeting of all the people and told them what has happened. And then the whole people warned my father against his action and warned him bitterly. So, the next step my father took was to go and took away all my dresses and left me naked. And this was Christmas time, and I had to go to church on a Christmas day. My uncle called Monday, had to lend me his shirt to go to the church, Christmas church, without even a trouser or short knicker or anything. So this happened in January. After that, I left the village because my life is not safe. And my father was not able to listen to anybody.
But what happened later on?
After that, I went to my uncle called Anthony in Enugu. He was working there. So I told him what happened. He arranged that I learn stenography, and I became a professional for, typewriter and shorthand writer. After that, I started a job as a secretary in an office. From there, I was sending my money. I remembered my parents at home, despite what has happened. I send money every month after I get my money to care for my younger brothers. They went to school, and my sister, and for my father and my mother to feed.
Okay, but there's a lesson into this story. What is the lesson?
Yes, the lesson there is that so far is that I forgive my father for what he did, and I was kind to be sending them money also. I showed them love, which my mother showed me.
What happened with your father?
Well, after some time, about 1958, I got news that my father had changed and became a very a wonderful husband to my mother and a good father to my other siblings. And that was wonderful.
So you have learned that forgiveness is a powerful force.
Yes, forgiveness and love is a very powerful force in everything you are doing. And then there was peace in the whole family, in the whole area because of this. And from there, my father and I became the best friends. And we were friends until he died. And after his death, he has paid me several spiritual visits.
What do you intend to uh, um, what do you want with this video? What is it that you want from the audience to
What I want people to learn is that there is problem in the world. Why do we have problem? A father wants to kill a son for one reason or the other. A brother wants to kill a brother. So many tragedies. Why do we have these tragedies? What do we do to stop it? How do we solve the problem of hatred? And this is what I have been doing all my life from that time till now. I traveled to Japan when I was when I got scholarship there to look for peace and how to make find a solution to the world problem, human problem. I didn't find it. I came to Sweden. In the university, I looked for a place where I can find a solution to a problem in life with human beings. I did not find it. And so I decided to follow my mother's advice. Ask God, He will tell you because He knows everything. And when I asked God, the idea of writing a book came in. The first book I wrote is I was asking, what is my mission? Why am I here? Who am I? And this was published 2011 or so. And the second book I published was Peace at Your Doorstep and Peace at Your Hand, showing people what to do to get peace. It has not solved the problem, but finally I was still not satisfied. Then I had to continue asking God according to my mother's advice till I got this thing, that a promise from God Himself. Peace. We can get peace. Human beings can get peace forever if we obey the laws of God. And how and what? Then the history of human race, the beginning and the end of life, was told me by God.
And God is a loving God.
A wonderful God. And He taught me the music which we use now in our church, incomprehensible love of God for human being. Now we can see that God has done everything. We cannot compare it.
Okay. This was Hyacinth Anyanwu, my good friend and friend, and that's it.